Hey everybody, I'm here to give my, I guess you could say my thoughts on the news that if you're a wrestling fan, if you've been growing up in the 80s and the 90s and even the 2000s, then today's news this morning is kind of hard for you to know. And that news is that many of us have learned that Macho Man Randy Savage, one of the greatest of all times, multiple two-time WWE champion, Intercontinental champion, had one of the had the classic match of all time with Ricky Steamboat, WrestleMania 3 for the Intercontinental title, proving at that time that the Intercontinental Championship was just as prestigious as the WWE Championship. In front of 93,000 plus. Also, he was a former WCW champion multiple times over. And to hear this news, ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to even fathom it. I mean, he was one of the cultural icons of professional wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it, that ever was. He was one of my personal favorites growing up. My older sister Shannon, she liked Randy Savage. She liked the storyline between Randy and Elizabeth that was played out in '91 when they had the match made in heaven, the wedding on screen, if you will, at SummerSlam. To me, any place Randy went was, any promotion to me that Randy went to, he was a big deal. WWF, gave him his start. There's no doubt about that. WCW helped him rejuvenate his career by letting him come there and compete instead of announcing, and then allowing him to be part of one of the greatest factions, heel or babyface wise, in history, the NWO, and then the NWO Wolfpack, and then letting him kind of reinvent himself again with being the What's Up Mach and being with Gorgeous George and trying to keep up with the times. And then I give TNA credit for bringing him in. That was his last wrestling appearance nationally back in 2004, I believe, bringing him in and letting him be part of the main event picture. And I'll be honest with you. If Jeff Jarrett and TNA, NWA, if they would have known that Randy was going to pass on years ago, at this time, I would have done the right thing, and I would have put the strap on Randy. Just give him maybe a month-long run as the TNA champion or NWA champion. Again, it's hard to even speak of it, but to learn that this morning that he passed away after having a heart attack, which caused him to lose control of his car and crash into a tree, and then die from his injuries, it's hard to fathom. I know the last time anybody saw him publicly was through a video recording, I think with E3 last year or Comic-Con last year at San Diego Comic-Con, when he introduced the deal that he had made with WWE, essentially kind of indicating in a way that he could be making a return in some manner. So I have no doubt WWE is going to be ringing the bell this Sunday and this Monday, as well as probably the upcoming next Friday for Randy. There's no doubt about that. All I know is he's in a better place now, and he's with the Lord. He's with God now. There's no doubt about it. And I have no doubt in my mind he's now side by side with Elizabeth in a happier place, together. All the past troubles and everything forgotten, and being with each other as they're supposed to be, without any worries or anything. So I know Randy's happy now. He's looking down with Elizabeth, and he's smiling, at all the tributes and everything that fans and fellow wrestlers and, knockouts and divas are giving him. So, Randy, you will be missed. And, if you want, and I'm guessing the question has been answered. Would he ever compete again in a wrestling promotion? Well, yeah, he is competing again in a wrestling promotion. He's competing in God's wrestling promotion, the Heavenly Wrestling Promotion, the Heavenly Wrestling Federation, if you will. So he's competing for God's wrestling promotion now, up there. And someday we will see him again. When that rapture happens, we will see him again. So Randy, God bless, man. We're going to miss you. You were a great cultural icon for all of us growing up in the 80s, 90s. And it's because of people like you that I got into wrestling. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of everybody's heart. We miss you, Randy. We'll miss you. We love you. And we know you're smiling down on all of us right now. You take care. You will always be a world champion. And if I know God, He's probably already crowned you his world champion in his wrestling federation. I miss you, Randy. You are one of the all-time best, and you deserve right now to be in the Hall of Fame. Doesn't matter if it's WWE, TNA, wherever. You deserve it. We'll miss you, Randy. Thank you for the memories.